back for another Chaos Draft with HeWhoIsInTheWater. How are you?
Hello, I'm he who is in the water.
How are you? Welcome. So, I've been
I'm doing
doing,
well.
I've been doing a lot of these drafts, and you've been doing quite a few yourself. Can we?
Yeah, but
Um, hmm?
nowhere near to the success that you've had. So
Well, I think
you've been killing it.
I've done a lot more than you have. I think I do have like 10 trophies, but I mean, you got five yourself. But
Yeah, it,
I've just, I
it
think I've
could be
just,
worse.
I think I've just played twice as many drafts as you have. So I'm not sure I'm actually more successful. Um,
You've also been Emrakul significantly fewer times,
I have not had my opponents put Emrakul onto the battlefield. Um,
or Progenitus.
or Progenitus. No, my opponents have largely not done busted things. Well, I mean, not that busted. My opponents have largely not had the mythics. So while we're waiting for the queues, because I've noticed that like for the first week or so, like people were firing like real fast. But
Mhm.
I think people are not used to having chaos draft for 2 weeks, and maybe that part of the experiment didn't go so well. I was hoping it would work. But what are your what are your thoughts about the format? How do you want to draft? What do you want to be? Because I've got some
I
opinions.
think the big thing is something we both agreed on is that you really don't want to be a control deck early without having a card that gives you inevitability. So like if you open a mythic that is really powerful, you can sort of draft in that slower direction, but it's really challenging to try to say, hey, I have this really good removal. I'll get some card draw later on, or I'll get some good win conditions later on. You can't really count on that.
Mm-hmm.
So aggressive strategies have been more where I lean to because just from a overall perspective, saying I'll pick up some two drops later in the draft is something that's a lot more realistic than I'll pick up win conditions later in the draft. So that's kind of how I've
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
the biggest kind of picture idea, and how that breaks down more so is avoiding blue and avoiding green more frequently, because
Okay.
green, you know, if you have those like Land of War Elves type effects, you need
Hmm.
to have somewhere to go, and you
I
can't
see.
always guarantee that you have somewhere to go.
Okay, I'm a little bit different from that. So I totally agree about the control part. Like there, like it seems like every deck has like random engines in it, and you can't just play a slow deck because then your opponent's gonna have their engine come online, and you need to have the answer at the right time. It needs to be the right answer, and you're just gonna lose games where you don't get the answer at the right time unless you have like a bomb that wins the game on the spot in every hand. Um, but and so I really want to be aggressive, and basically I want to be red. I'm gonna go into a draft assuming like imagine I have like a first pick lightning bolt before I open pack one. Like that's basically what my mindset is. Like I want to be a red aggro deck. I want to be like red black or red green. And if the aggro doesn't come together, then maybe I build a white deck. And blue, I just don't want to play blue. Um,
Yeah, it's just so
I
hard
don't know.
to
I
make
don't
that
know how to
work.
draft a blue deck. I draft blue very rarely, and when I do, it's like medium.
Yeah.
So I only go into it when it's open, and when it is open, it's medium. So I really don't want to go into blue. But um, another thing is I rely on like signals a lot, although it's kind of confusing. But I really like to wait for like a seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th pick gold cards in pack one or pack two. And
Mhm.
when I get that, I'm just like I'm moving in. I want that. I want those
Yeah,
gold cards.
especially from
Uh,
the more modern sets. Like one of the drafts I did
yeah.
recently, I started with I think it was Gate Crash, that had Savage Born Hydra as the
Oh,
rare. It's
Savage
like
Born
I
Hydra.
opened that and then wheeled the Gruul uncommon from that. It was Gruul War Chant. It's like that kind of signal is really good if you can set that up.
Okay. So we're in. Here's a pack. A rare is a 4 mana 3/4 basically. So that's not really worthy. I'm looking at Searing Blaze,
Hmm.
Marsh Threader, Kite Sail if you want to stay open. Maybe this card is kind of like a black 2 drop. Maybe an Arbor Elf. But I'm
I
I'm
would be
definitely leaning
tempted
to the
just
red
to go
card.
with the Searing. Well, I'm a black mage at heart, so like Urge to Feed is like, well, it's uncommon. It's got to be better, right?
Hmm.
Um, Generally, I like but the difference between Urge to Feed and Searing Blaze is really minor because they're both two colored removal spells, or like it's double
Yeah,
cost,
yeah.
so
Double
it's
red
pretty
versus
prohibitive.
double black. But I just think I'm more likely to be in red than black, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to take the
And that
removal spell, I want this one.
Yeah, I agree with Searing Blaze, especially because there's other good black cards in there. So it's like other people might be trying to move into black based on that, even without the Urge Defeat
Okay.
being there.
Um, so there's this card. This card is broken, right?
Yeah, that's busted. I mean, it's weird because it's sort of win more. Like you have to have your big creature in play to be doing it, but it wins more immediately and with not a whole lot
Yeah,
of setup.
yeah. So I like red green is one of the decks I like the most, and it can go a few ways. You can go kind of low and be like just actual aggro, but green
Mhm.
also has like a bunch of good like 5s and 6 drops. And so you can have like the aggro red base and then play Colossal Dreadmaw. And they
Yeah.
have to deal with that. Or you can play Colossal Dreadmaw and then untap and deal 6 to their creatures. So let's do that. Let's do that. I'm in.
Yeah, I would say that. And like this is a pretty sweet pack though. Like
Oh
all the
yeah,
uncommons
this
are
is a good
good.
card, right?
Caught in
And
the
then
Bright.
there's the pacifism. But
Yeah, and then the
this is
repulse
just good.
variant.
Um, just in Gruul, I'm happy.
Yep.
This is not a good card. I don't know. I don't really want 6-man enchantment. I don't have a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Um,
good.
I'm definitely more drawn to green than red now because this card is broken and this card is like okay.
Solid.
So there are 2/2 drops and this green 2 drop is looking pretty good. It's also a removal spell. Removal spells are good. I'd rather have the red one than the black one. And there's a gold card, which I'd kind of like to take. Kind of don't want to
But
send
that's such
signals
like
that Gruul is open, but probably shouldn't take that. Probably it's one of these two. I'm not sure which one.
I would take the Dryad, I think, just to cut green a little bit more because Rack with Madness is not like the greatest removal spell.
Okay,
But
I'm into that. I'm under the impression I want to be Gruul, but that could change. Okay, so what is this card? I don't want this, right? We don't want this
it's
either.
Friendly Fire is bad, but Erishan War Beast, I might just have fond memories of. But I thought the card's pretty good.
Whenever 7 mana 6/6, when they block it, you get a 2/2. That's not that bad. Um, there's Regan's Construct, which can be okay, but you have to kind of manufacture the right board state. It can be bad against some decks. I think this is Hunt the Weak. I think green removal spells.
I would agree.
Just the way you want to go. There's also a Battle Rage. I wouldn't mind wheeling that. If we can be in the red-green deck with big things.
That would be good to wheel, but I think you just want to cut green and like as much as possible just to guarantee that, if we want to be Gruul, we can definitely lock down half of it.
Yeah. Okay. What do we have here? We've got Lowland Basilisk, so 3 mana 1/3 basically Death Touch. There's Provoke. I don't know how you've been liking this card. It's been okay. Some
I
decent
haven't had
options in
the
other
opportunity
colors.
to play with it, but
Hey,
I would imagine Provoke is probably the best here because I think you could wheel Lowland Basilisk. I don't think the card's going to be that high on people's radars, but
no,
the pack is also kind of weak.
it's kind of like a giant scorpion of sorts. There are good cards in here, like Flunkies, Fling, Cloud Spirit. People are
Yeah,
gonna take all those mind games. I'm okay with Provoke
I do
or
like mind
Basilisk.
games.
I kind of want a creature, but yeah, if you want Provoke, like it's playable. I think
I think Provoke is just a more unique effect.
that's
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 going to be
true.
harder to
That's true.
find.
Okay. How do you feel about this pack?
Um,
I'm not loving it.
Not loving it either. The Planeswalker cycle of enchantments is very powerful, but I don't think you have that kind of time in this format, slow as it is.
Yeah. It's like
Gaia's Might, just as like a giant or like a mini giant growth, is going to be fine. It's not going to be great, but it'll do what you need it to do.
1 mana +2/+2 is definitely playable.
Yeah. Kavu Recluse, notably, it's target land, so you can mana screw people. but I would just take Gaia's Might.
Yeah, I'm down to just keep taking green cards. I don't really want to take a mediocre card in a different color.
Yeah. I'm so excited for Invasion Block coming back as well to draft. That's a great set. Or a
I
great block.
do not have fond feelings for Invasion Block draft. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
It's probably heresy, but I do not get it. Green card?
Yeah, I think so. And that's a pretty good green card too, you know.
Yeah. Cast
Just
our
very flexible.
It fixes our colors in case we want to cast stadium plays. And it helps cast like 6 and 7 drops on turn 5.
Always about that.
Okay. So this pack has a couple mediocre green cards. It also has a red 2-drop. Is that a signal? Red 2-drop shouldn't go 8th pick, right?
I was looking more at that Unburden,
You
but
want Unburden?
I don't want to say want, but
no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I haven't been doing as well with black, unless it's specifically black red.
Yeah, I think Goblin Brigand's a fine choice though. It cuts the aggressive.
Yeah,
angle
I'm
pretty
hoping
well.
the Immerwolf wheels. This pick is Kite Sail, unless you think we want to be a white deck.
I don't think so, and Kite Sail is just so good giving evasion, especially if we're in green.
On green creatures, yeah. I mean, we don't have any giant green creatures yet, but we're gonna get a Colossal Dreadmaw or something, and we'll make it fly. Do you like Verdant Automaton?
I do like it. I think it's that or Leave in the Dust, which is just I don't think that should be going this late, but I think Verdant Automaton is
probably
pretty
not.
easy.
But I do not want to draft a blue deck.
I agree. Yeah.
I like. It's kind of like
similar to Unburden. It's just kind of like noted, but
wheeled. wait. Do we even want that? This is the 2-drop also wheeled.
I think we want the 2-drop.
Okay, yeah, never mind. They both wheeled. There were a lot of good cards in the Dark Extension pack.
But the fact that it wheeled is, like you said, it's more of the signal of it rather than actually wanting the card.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy because it means nobody's in Gruul, right? I was thinking about I was already feeling like we were in Gruul from the 3rd pick. Is this the
Nurturing or Construct? I don't think it really matters. I think they're both pretty similar quality.
The Construct is it's complicated. We might end up not playing it. So, I mean, if we don't play this, it's just for, it's just because we have better cards. Whereas the Construct, we might not be able to play it because we can't do anything. I do not like this card.
I would take the Kavu.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this. Yeah, take the Kavu. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I can see why you like Invasion Block so much. Just take the 3-mana 2/2 Kavu. Yeah.
But no, you're right. Yeah, Amphibious Kavu is the highest upside there.
Okay. So new pack here. There's some cool stuff. 3-mana 3/3. This is what I want. There's also a good 2-drop.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
some sideboard cards.
I'm stuck between the Guilt Grove Stalker and the Corsair. I think it's a.
All right.
Yeah, the fact that we already have 4 2-drops definitely makes the Corsair better. Yeah, I think you're right
actually, there. Yeah, we do have a lot of 2-drops. I've been struggling for 2-drops because people figured out they're good and they don't wheel. Except in this draft, apparently they do.
Yeah, usually you're glutted at 3 on the curve pretty early, or in the process.
Yeah, so this is a good sign, and I'm sometimes when I'm doing these drafts, I'm like, are we trying to go 3-0, or is this a bad draft, and I'm trying to not go 1-2, right?
Yeah.
And Hinterland Hermit going 11th pick or whatever that is this draft is going well. We're gonna get good red cards because people are not playing red.
Oh.
Okay.
I want the pack. Give me the whole pack.
Oh boy.
Gruul Scrapper, Gruul Signet, Streetbreaker Worm, and then Wreak Havoc, Skark the Rage Pits, and Scorched Rusalka, and Pyromatics?
I'm not sure what I want here. So there's a Signet in our colors, which is kind of good if we're the Monstrous Onslaught deck, although we're kind of looking lower than that. There's a land in our colors. And then there's Pyromatics, and there's a big thing, which we don't have any yet. But, yeah, at this point, just take the removal spell, make sure people don't move into red, because I think it's open.
Yeah, and we can wheel so much of that pack and just be happy with
Yeah,
anything that comes back around.
yeah. If one of these three rule cards wheel, I'll be very happy, and then
Yep.
we'll definitely play the scrapper if it wheels, and that's the only thing we get.
Rusalka is
Or
pretty
maybe
good
the
too.
Rusalka too. I think it's worse than other options, but it's not. It's playable. It's playable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's not first pickable, but like it's
Yeah, we're just not really a
that'll make
Rusalka
your
deck.
deck most of the time.
Like, you don't really want to be sacrificing your green creatures, right?
Very true. This is
Mm,
tougher.
yeah. Could take Dodecapod as like it's a hill giant first of all. It's
Yeah, I
also
think
good
that's
against Mine Rot.
pretty safe.
Smash is
Yeah,
a
I think
sideboard
that's what I would
card.
take.
I don't want. Do we have any elves? I don't have any elves. Yeah, I think the next pick is like Smash or like a card that's not in our colors. Coalition
Yeah,
Honor
like
Guard
I
is a
would
really good card.
consider. Yeah, any of the standard rare effects are just absurd.
Like yeah, you got I've got a Searing Blaze and my opponent's got a 2/4 and I can't target any of the other creatures. That's fair, you know.
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
this? 4 mana
very
3/3
good.
threshold. Oh, okay.
It's tough
Let's.
because I find threshold really doesn't happen that naturally in this format,
No, it
but
doesn't.
I think that's good enough, and I think we just kind of want to cut off red and green from this pack
Yeah,
anyway as a signal.
I've not loved this card. I have not played the snake, but it's not main deckable. Yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I had an opponent that like had that Chancellor from New Phyrexia that mills you for 7 at the beginning of the game, and I just had Threshold on turn 3 and played my Threshold card. That was my
That's pretty
Threshold
sweet.
story. Um, the green flyer.
Yeah,
I
that
think so.
or
There's
the
there's
seer,
the how do you say this? 5,
but I
yeah.
think the flyer is very strong.
Yeah. So we've taken some like prep cards for like a big green deck, and then I've got this spot for our 5s and 6s and haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, but I mean, part of that is we've seen a lot of older packs thus far.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
actually,
that's what I'm saying. I'm
that's
just
actually
saying
kind
don't
of a
take
lot.
more of it, right? We don't
Yeah,
take
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't
I
take
agree.
that card and bank on getting a bunch of expensive stuff when we can take cheap stuff. There's a
Um,
plated root walla.
that card's been pretty fine for me. It's
I've never
expensive,
cast this
but
card. I do not like this card. I do not like this card. Can't attack unless I control more lands than defending player. Can't block unless I control more lands than attacking player. That's not
so
good
it means, yeah, that's. I mean, it's not that bad either, but yeah, I think the root wall is just the better
because
pick there.
it's like I have to have more than them. So like at least more than half the time, I'm probably not gonna have more than them, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So
Basic forest. No.
this is a good 7-drop, right?
I think so. The fact that it protects itself immediately is really important.
Yeah.
I think there's some consideration for the Pathfinder just because it is completely, or like the difference between 6 and 7 is pretty significant. And yeah, the
Yeah,
Netcaster
that's fair.
Spider and Zada's Commando are both
So
very
yeah,
reasonable.
yeah, yeah. All these things. I think I want the big thing, but like we're needing 3s, and then this is like a premium 2-drop. This card has been so
Yeah.
good, but yeah, yeah. Let's be greedy. Sorry. I wanted to say my bit there before the packs cut us off.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll
Okay.
talk forever if you let me. So.
Okay. Well, one of us is gonna talk forever.
Yeah,
Clock's
Path of
clicking
Anger's
down.
Flame is like the only real card in our colors there.
Give haste to our giant green things. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
channel cards are so underwhelming at common.
Yeah.
Aside from Shining of Life's Roar, like
Yeah.
Shining of
I
Life's
like the
Roar is
green one.
very good.
And yeah, I've not played any of the other ones. let's take this. I'm gonna stick it in the sideboard because we're not really playing that kind of deck.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like here? I'm not sure.
I'd be tempted just to take the Naturalize. I think that's the most flexible, but Plummet is also defensible. I don't think Pirate's Pillage is really where we're at, and Brass's
No,
Bounty
I
is
don't think so
pretty
either.
unplayable.
I
So I
agree on
think
those two
Naturalize
cards.
is just going to come up more.
More than Plummet because nobody's playing blue.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm in. We'll see. And we wheel none of the three cards that I wanted to wheel. But I guess we're taking Gruul Scrapper then. So we didn't wheel the Signet, we didn't wheel the Rage Pits, and we didn't wheel the Streetbreaker Worm. So.
Or the Versalka even.
Or the Rusalka. So that's not a good sign that like two different people took Gruul cards.
Yeah, but honestly, like just look at our count right now. We are pretty set on playables, so to speak. Like we have a functional deck as is. We're just going to be looking to make upgrades as much as possible. So I'm not super worried about that.
Yeah, you're right. I just want I want to wheel busted things, but no, you're totally right. I'm not used to having this many playables in pack 2.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take the green card, make sure people don't go into our colors. Do you like Firefight Mage or Fatal Frenzy?
Probably Fatal Frenzy.
Let's do target creature can't be.
It gives it Intimidate, basically.
Okay.
And you have to discard a card. It's just so much.
But maybe we want a 1-mana 1/1, right? I guess I was thinking about like Temur Battle Rage, right? And like this is kind of a Temur Battle Rage, except the creature dies.
Yeah,
and
it's
it costs
just
3.
Berserk for 3 mana.
Okay. Dark Depth.
There.
Boreal Druid.
This is an interesting. Yeah, I think Druid is probably the pick, but Karplusan Wolverine. It is important to note the text on that card. It deals 1 damage to any target. So even if they block with like their 2/2 and they have a 2/1 on board, you still get to eat the 1 or their 2/1.
I see. I don't have a lot of experience with that card.
I thought it was just like first strike kind of thing, but no, it's any target. I played into that really badly one match.
I see.
But yeah, I think Druid is just the.
All right, we're gonna take that. That makes us want more 3-drops, and we're gonna need some. Like you don't want to go turn 1 Boreal Druid, turn 2 Slayer and Corsair. That's not really. It's not really living the dream.
Not ideal.
This card is kind of nuts. I keep losing to it.
I believe it. Just 4 mana 3/1 is already like.
If you can't,
not the
if
worst
you can't
rate
kill it
for something with that activity, but not the worst rate for something with that good an activated ability.
Yeah, if you can't kill, just eats all your 1/1s and then like eat your Dreadmaw. Okay, this is an interesting pack. We could take a 5-drop, or there's a couple
Maniacal Rage.
situational red cards. I play a lot of this card.
I do too. I think it's great.
Do you want to take a Maniacal Rage over the 5/3? We don't have a lot of removal. Think we need removal to make 5/3s good?
I don't think we need that much. I think we should take it the 5/3 just because we need a little bit more top end, like to make Monstrous Onslaught good, for example.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But I am really tempted by the Rage there.
Because the other thing is Maniacal Rage could pretend to be a 3-drop. We just go like turn 2, play 2/2, and then turn 3, Maniacal Rage hit for 4.
I think we might wheel it, to be honest.
That's a good point.
I don't think a lot of people rate that card as highly as.
Do you think we'll play Hellspark if it wheels?
I don't. I personally am not a fan of the card, but
I played it in a deck of trophies, but that deck had a much lower curve than this one.
Yeah, I don't think we. Just the 4-drops that we have. So I'm on both
3 cards.
Keranos.
Yeah.
I think because we're just so light on directed removal.
Yeah.
I guess we're not that light, but it's hard to turn it down.
But this card is so good, right?
I'm very down to take Fairy Span Vader.
I'm not sure which of these we're going to take. I'm also hoping that this card wheels. Because this is playable.
I hope so as well. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, take the 6-drop. Our removal's not that bad.
So we got Searing Blaze, we got Provoke, we got Hunt the Weak, we got Pyromatics. That's kind of removal, right?
Yeah.
Let's take
Interaction.
6. I hope we don't get more 6s, and nothing else.
And here comes Redwood Treefolk.
Redwood Treefolk. Redwood Treefolk is not really the kind of 5 we want. Like, we want 5s that are good with Monstrous Onslaught. Unlike this Rootwalla.
Mm-hmm.
You know? We want to go play the 5 and then deal 5. And not
still
deal 3.
Eat a 2/2 and a 1/1 is not the worst way to Monstrous Onslaught there, but
yeah.
Do we even want Lava Storm?
I have not played this card yet. Is it good?
I got blown out by it once, but at the same time, it was they spent 5 mana to do it and ate 2 of my 2/2, so it was they still traded down on mana even if it was a 2-for-1. So I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe the jury's out for me on that one.
Okay, I'm taking the Treefolk. Let's get some 3-drops now. Okay. Well, there is Master Splicer, which is the best card in the pack by a mile.
Yep.
Not for us. But I'm just saying, I guess White's open. That's not playable. That's not what's happening to me.
I'm a bad influence.
Yeah, I'm attempting to instill some good habits. I have that thing pop up a reminder, but do I listen to it? No. But
it's good. It's good to do.
It's reminding me. It's I don't want to stay up too late by accident. It's okay if I stay up late on purpose. That's my philosophy of life. So is this
yeah,
Glistener
I would
Elf?
agree with Glistener
I
Elf
don't,
here.
I don't really want this, but I could see siding this in some matchups.
I would agree.
Ooh.
There's a 3-drop.
Whenever a creature with power 5 or greater enters the battlefield, you may put a counter on it. How many of those things do we have? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
Sometimes it'll be a 3-mana 3/3. I think I want Deadshot.
Deadshot Minotaur is so-so.
Well, is this better than so-so?
Not a whole lot, but it fits on the curve. We don't really need a whole lot more in the way of 5 on the curve.
You want to take God Tracker?
Yeah, take the Minotaur.
Okay. I think Minotaur is
tough. I don't think it matters a ton.
No, probably doesn't. I find that Alara Reborn, for some reason, all the good cards always just get taken by the time those packs come to me.
I'm just never in the right color. This is the first time I've taken a 2-color card out of it. I just always end up with an Orzhov deck, and all I get are Rakdos cards.
I don't really understand how that can be. Maybe it's a weaker set than I remember. Is this pick Spawning Caller? Is this card playable?
I think so. I don't think it is, but
I've definitely played it, and it's been medium every time.
I think just too much of how it plays is on the table to be as effective as it could be.
That's fair. So, Strength of the Fallen. So, remember this or another enchantment, of which we have 0 enters the battlefield. So, it's a sorcery that just gives something +X for creatures in our graveyard, or a sorcery that deals damage for instants of sorceries in our graveyard. Probably neither of these are playable.
I think Spider-Mogus is better.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're not missing anything.
Is that a good evaluation?
I think so.
You want your Wolverine?
I would take the Wolverine here.
Okay. I don't think we're going to play this, but we might set it in if opponent has a bunch of 1/1s.
I agree. There it is.
We going to play this card? Is it 3-drop?
I don't know, but it's an option.
Okay. Hey, Morals of Logworld. Is this card playable? It's a 3-drop.
I don't think we have enough right now.
We can target it with Hunt the Weak, target with Gaia's Might, Maniacal Rage, Provoke, Monstrous Onslaught. Oh yeah, we can target with Pyromatics.
Yeah, just take the Resolve.
Okay, fine.
We have 17 creatures already in there. I think we're looking more to improve our spell count
Okay. Well, I
than
think
anything.
we're gonna have to make some cuts. So this wasn't the worst. This wasn't the worst draft.
I guarantee you it's better than our previous
that
chaos draft.
is it.
The Thran weaponry, blue red.
The Ran weaponry. Oh yes, fond memories about that card that I've never seen before or since.
I bought one since then because I was at my local game store, and I saw it in the bulk bin, and it's like, I can't say no now. I have a story with this card. So
Okay.
cuts, I think we can take out the Goblin Brigand. I think that's pretty actively
Oh, you know. Yeah,
problematic.
I really been liking this card, but you kind of want to follow it up with like a 3-drop. You know,
Yeah, exactly. I just don't think we're gonna curve out that cleanly
you
enough.
put the kite sail on
That's
it.
true.
I don't know. I don't know. We don't have enough cheap stuff, and that makes me want to not cut cheap stuff. You know.
I agree that we don't have enough cheap stuff, but I guess if my concern there is that if we're looking to kind of gum up the board, Goblin Brigand's just gonna suicide in and then not really affect the game state all that much. I do think we got there on like powerful creatures though. Birthing Hulk and Fairies Band Raiders are definitely game-ending threats on their own if we can kind of keep pace enough in the first
Yeah.
couple of
Yeah.
turns. I
Yeah.
think I'm pleased with those.
Okay.
I think we can cut the Tree Folk.
Would
Tree Folk
tree
is
folk
just pretty.
over this Rootwalla? How do you feel
I
about
think
these?
so.
Okay. I don't have experience with the Rootwalla. I'll take your word for it. I think we probably have like one 4-drop too many. Maybe this dude.
Um,
And then I want to cut a couple spells. I think
I'd be more inclined to play the Scrapper over Dodecapod.
haste over a toughness, basically.
I think so,
Formless nurturing
but I'm
obviously is
not.
just better because you can get a creature.
Yeah, and then like if you say you got, you know, Beacon Behemoth with a +1/+1 or counter on it, right? Like that's
Yeah,
a pretty
well, yeah, you just like
significant
unmorph
upset.
it and like get them. You know,
Yeah.
you can
Um.
you can really surprise people. Unmorph unmorph this guy and get your
Oh
centaur
yeah.
token.
Yeah. Born of the Gods was when I started, like
Uh,
in Theros, Born of the Gods. So like I have a very old Fairies Band Raiders. That was like one of my first drafts.
yeah, I like I like those. I have
It
fond
was a good
memories.
time. It was a great set to be introduced in because it all kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I liked it. I like inspired and auras. I love bestow. I found bestow like
Mhm.
fascinating.
I really hope they go back to inspired because I think the way that just plays as a mechanic is pretty interesting. Like the risk reward kind of assessment that it asks you to do is pretty fun. So yeah, I think I would cut Dodecapod as much as it pains me.
Really
Um,
over like what's our plan? Like why are we attacking? You know, so I think what I would do here is I would cut like I would cut Guy's Might, I would cut the Scrapper, and then I'm not sure what the last card I want to cut is. Uh,
I still think,
maybe it is. Maybe it's the Brigand.
yeah, that's where I was going. Just because he's not going to block is my concern.
All right, how's this look? How's this look?
I like it, and I don't want to fight too much over a Dodecapod versus Gruul Scrapper. Like I think it's an extremely minute difference. So if you're feeling strongly about Dodecapod, just jam it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. No, I want to. I
We're
want to do that. I don't think we want to be attacking. Like when you want to attack with your 4-drop is after you played your 3-drop on turn 3, and we don't have 3-drops on turn 3.
That's fair.
So that's why I'm out.
Do we want this naturalized in the main deck?
Ooh, that's possible.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's good, but that's just something think to consider at the least.
This is
Spite of Mogus is like closer than it might seem, I think. We have
1,
8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only got 6.
Formless Nurturing is a spell.
Oh, that's true. I think
Yeah,
I
so
see it as an
7.
enchantment. Okay, that's
Oh
fair.
yeah. I mean, that's a good policy to have for it, honestly. That's how it functions most times.
I see. Because like, like there were those, like the other cards in that set, like Cloud Form and Rage Form, like those are
Rage Form,
enchantments.
yep.
Why isn't this an enchantment?
Who knows?
Yeah. So I like how deep our sideboard is. Like we're gonna play against.
Yeah, we were in the right colors, I think. Like I know that
play
we
against
didn't
green white.
wheel a lot of the
play
cards
against
we
blue
wanted
black.
to out of that Guild pack, but at the same time, like look at how few off-color cards we have.
Yeah. Well,
I think we're in a good lane.
Okay. So I'm leaning towards keeping Naturalize in the sideboard just because our card quality is kind of good. Like I don't really want to cut any of these cards.
I'd agree with that.
We'll have fun. We'll have fun making sideboard decisions. Like we're gonna play against we're gonna have to bring this in at some point. You know, we're gonna play against the blue black deck and have to bring this in. We're gonna play against the
X1 deck, and then we can bring in Karpluz and Wolverine.
Yeah, or Spider-Mogus.
Yeah. Sparring Collar might even be good if we need to be defensive.
Yeah. So I can see siding in like most of these cards reasonably. Like, imagine you play against like the right kind of control deck. You want Fatal Frenzy just to end the game because they think they want to block, or this or this. Anyways, you like a 9-8 split? You want to run this?
Yeah, I think so because we have our only double red is Partick Arsonist and Searing Blaze too, but I think 2 Mountain
I've never seen this card.
It's
sweet.
pretty. I like it.
We do have a lot of double green
deck that had like mulch in it, and I was able to recur the Partick Arsonist with Morgue Burst. That was pretty cool. Like to get multiple triggers off of that was nice.
All right. Well, here we are.
I'm a coward. I keep these.
Okay. All right.
But if this was just like a random 2-drop, I don't think I would keep it. But the fact that it's a mana sink makes me optimistic.
That's fair. And if they like want to murder it on turn 3 or something, we can foil their plan.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, the fact that it's not a sorcery activation.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Feeling happy? Opponent mulliganed? Or if you knew they were going to mulligan, would you mulligan this? Because I think I would have. I think that would have took me over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the punishment there is 1 more land just feels terrible.
All right, there you go, opponent. Sometimes I think a lot about the lands in the first few turns, like what do I want to show my opponent that I'm doing, but this time I'm pretty mad about it. Poke?
Yeah, I do that as well, but I find that I just spend too much mental energy on that, and it's not like.
Yeah, sometimes I overthink it. I'm like, do I disguise the fact that I'm red, but what if I draw my like double white 2-drop? And then all of a sudden I'm thinking about it, and then like too much mental energy is a good way to put it. So opponent's played Marker Beetle. So when this dies, target creature. I guess I should be talking about what the opponent cards do, because
oddly enough, I've seen a lot of Marker Beetles.
I've
this is probably
definitely seen a lot of Marker Beetles
with it.
Though I haven't drafted it myself, but I've seen a lot of it.
I've beaten everybody who's played it, so that's kind of been my heuristic for. It's not that great. It's not bad.
So we drew Dustwasp here, so we could like suspend the Dustwasp and like hold up Resolve, or we could chill and put a counter on it.
I think we chill and put a counter on it because 4 turns away is like I think we're pretty happy to spend our next turn casting it.
Yeah,
so
I think that's
would
fair. Okay, so
Hold everything up now.
before I pass the turn, because I don't want to give our opponent more information about us pausing to think, because we're gonna have these super exaggerated pauses to think as we confer with each other. When opponent attacks the marker beetles, do we block and let them like giant growth to kill the automaton?
Hey, I think I would,
Okay.
because I think the giant dust wasp, like just the way our hand is developed
Yeah,
here, we've
that's
drawn
true.
two of our
We got a
larger
5.
threats.
We're going to cast Birthing Hulk unless we draw no lands, in which case we're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that was worth asking. And then if you said like no, we shouldn't block, then I was going to ask if we should bluff attack.
Now I would block because
And
like,
opponent didn't
representing
attack.
2 blue.
They didn't attack. Sick.
Nice.
All right. Attack. I'm very tempted to attack. You think they have counterspell?
No, because if we attack, they sacrifice their marker beetles, give the Yavimaya Elder +1/+1.
Oh, never mind. You know what? I didn't even know. Okay.
It's a weird card. Don't get me wrong. I haven't played like it just comes up a lot, and it's not a May, which is an interesting card.
But
if
they sacrifice this to give, oh yes. When they sacrifice this to give this +1/+1, then this is like.
Yeah, they're both drawing 3 cards off of that exchange. So I think we just cast our Dust Wasp.
All right, forget about it. We could also just cast we could cast this guy, make more mana. Like Birthing Hulk next turn.
Next turn we get to erase this Ritualist and hold up Mortal's Resolve.
Okay, that's fair. If you don't want to cast your Birthing Hulk on time, that's fine. Quick conference. Which color are we holding up? In the future.
I would hold up red.
We're gonna Dust Wasp. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I feel worried about like the way this hand has played out, but yeah, let's just use the mana. And
I think the board is going to stall out pretty quick here once we start deploying the Ritualist and holding up Resolve. So I think having our flyer going is good.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the sense that we should slow down because opponent they have a lot of mana, but they're not really doing anything with it. Like they're playing these cycle creatures, and that's making me think I can slow out and play a long game as long as I don't give them good trades.
Yeah.
So we're going to attack with the Dust Wasp. We're not going to attack the Automaton based on the last conversation we had. We're attacking with Dust Wasp, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think so. They're not doing a whole lot, so we do need to Mortal's Resolve here probably because I would guess that they sack the marker beetles, pump it, and then we resolve in response.
Well, I definitely did not guess that they were going to do that. So we want to. Oh, it doesn't matter when we do this, does it?
As long as it's before damage happens.
Because they might. I had this thought that they're going to discard a card to return this to their hand. And I don't want them to discard the new card, but actually that's not how this works. Oh, they did it anyways. They discarded the card without seeing what they were going to do anyways. Oh, okay, I tricked them. Gotcha. Okay.
I guess if you have the land at hand, you're pretty comfortable doing that.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yep. Okay. And then.
And we're happy with this exchange because we now, even if they redeploy it, they need to have another pump spell to make it happen or make a trade happen. So.
Yep.
Pretty happy.
We got. I mean, they cycled the marker beetle, so it wasn't like we got a 2-for-1, but they didn't get. They didn't get a card off the counter, so that's a win for us.
Yep. We traded our Mortal's Resolve for an island, but I think more importantly, we traded for a lot of mana because now we're back at this state where our board is just so much more developed than theirs.
Yeah, where they had to spend mana sacking the creatures. Yeah, and playing that thing again. Yeah. We're doing fine. And they have nothing on the board now that they sacked their Elder. Why did they even do that?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they discarded their last land. They wanted to make their
Yeah,
their
gotta
drop.
keep hitting those land drops. Yeah, if this is just Avon, we're in a good spot.
What?
Okay.
They should have. So this is searching the library for lands. They could have tapped that for mana, right? Why did they?
They did, I thought.
Oh. All right, and now
Yeah, they
they're
did 2 to sack the elder. No, you might be right. I'm not
now
sure.
they're 2 to sack the elder, and then 3 to cast this card.
Yeah, you're right. They missed it.
And now they're not casting the 3-drop that I know they have in hand, and they know I know. So what's that about? What's the trick?
I mean, there
here?
are a lot of things it could be about, but it's chaos draft. We can't really know
Um,
until it happens.
Attack with everything? Do we play Birthing Hulk to play around like Miscalc?
I would attack with everything first. I kind of no, actually, you're right. I think playing around Miscalc is probably Miscalc is in the cube or not
But
cube,
then,
whatever this is.
but then, if you think they have like some like they could have win Coatl. Often your first draft, like your first round, you match up against somebody who was in your draft pod, and we saw that win Coatl wheeling, so they might have that. I'm trying to think of like, is there some reason why we want to activate this after attacking? But like, if they're playing red, then like maybe, or white, that like deal damage to attackers, but they're not. So I think it's like Hulk and then smash.
Attack with everything, and if they got something to trade with, but Rune Boggle also.
Yeah, let's play around Rune Boggle.
Card.
Let's not get Rune Boggled. I got Rune
Boggled once, and you don't really forget it.
Yeah, exactly. I got Rune Boggled once, and I don't want it to happen the second time.
And notably, their flyer is a 2/1, so these Eldrazi Scions are like pretty.
All right, what you got? Oh, it's Simian Grunts. Oh no, I didn't think of that card.
To be fair, who would have?
All right, you got me. I played around the wrong thing. Oh well. They got us.
Yeah, they did. And then we get to hunt the weak them and just annihilate their board.
That's true. We do get to cast Hunt the Weak. So there's the Avon. Opponent played a forest, so they still have this island in their hand.
Good catch.
And they're at 14. Okay. They're still holding up Rune Boggle. Hunt the Weak. So Birthing Hulk costs 1 and a colorless to regenerate. This doesn't make colorless, so we have to use Scions to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we could go like Hunt the Weak here, or we could just
I would just go maximum greed for that. Like it seems it puts the most or counter on our creature that is the most resilient. Even if it's the one they want to kill the most anyway, they're not really playing removal color, so moving all in on a threat is only going to be bad against bounce spells here. And if they bounce it, we get 2 more Scion tokens, so I'm not super worried about that either.
That's true. But are you sure you would call that maximum greed? Like, what if they play something like, what if they untap and play Crozen's Cloudscaper? Or, I guess that we can't Hunt the Weak, can we? What if they untap and play something that's just the right size to eat, like a Colossal Dreadmaw? But then I guess we have a 6/6 that regenerates.
Maybe just attack with the.
No, sorry, I'm trying to come up with the situation, but that didn't work either, right? If they play,
if you don't want to cast Hunt the Weak, we just attack with the Birthing Hulk and the Dust Wasp, and I think that's fine.
Okay, no, I don't know. My idea didn't actually work, and I was thinking maybe we should wait for a bigger thing, but then. Burning Hulk is pretty good at attacking through things.
Yeah.
So maybe it doesn't matter?
I would just kill the grunts. I don't know. I think.
Okay. I'm overthinking it.
It just closes the game really fast here if they don't have an answer.
Yeah. That's not how I would use maximum greed, right? Maximum, right?
Yeah, that might have been the wrong way to phrase
That's why I got confused. I'm like, wait a minute, like maximum greed is like hoping they have the like the random 6/6 that I like a 6/6 basilisk or something.
Colossal Dreadnought. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of something that. Okay, it is getting bounced. Oh, they have Rushing River. Wow.
Okay.
Well, okay. So they did that.
We just replay the
Dust
Dusk Wasp.
We could play the Birthing
Yeah.
Hawk again if you want to sack a Scion. But
I don't think it's necessary.
It's fine. We're gonna get Piracy Charm now. That's how it is. They sacked the land to the Rushing River. So that's gonna be
that is a good card.
We're gonna remember this card for game 2. We're gonna remember to play around Rushing River, and not and Simian Grunts, and not all the dumb things we were playing around there. Simian Grunts is another one where you get them game 1, but it's hard to get them game 2.
Yeah, and it's such a demanding card. It's 6 mana total. It's just not real. If you do that on your turn 3, it's you can really set yourself back. Okay.
All right, we got a Hundrug.
I think we can beat that. I feel pretty confident we can beat that.
Yeah, it's big. I've been playing a lot of this card. I really like this card.
In this format. I haven't seen it yet.
I've been taking it. I think I've trophied with it multiple times.
Nice.
I just like get to 7 mana and it's got 7 toughness and it's great. But if you're desperate, you can cycle it. Which, to be fair, I haven't really done, but it's an option. So we're playing the Birthing Hulk. We're gonna attack with the Dust Wasp, and probably not the other things. Do you want to play the Dryad or? Oh, the Dryad.
I want to play the Dryad. It's unblockable.
Dryad's unblockable. Do you want to exert this to cast the Dryad? Like, I imagine we want to regenerate the Birthing Hulk, and then if you do that, you want to have like an extra Scion open.
I don't think so. I think it's unlikely that we want to regenerate Birthing Hulk this turn. Okay. And Oasis Ritualist is both a relevant blocker and attacker. That I think just having access to it, like they bounce that pretty happily. Not happily, but like they bounced it before, so they don't have a ton of answers to it in their deck, I'm guessing. So
this opponent has a lot of sacrificing going on.
Yeah.
They've sacrificed like 3 lands and 2 of their creatures. All the different cards. No, 3 of their creatures.
If they're not attacking here, this is great for us because we just attack with the Dusk Wasp and the Dryad, and that's a holding pattern.
Okay, yeah. I think this is what I wanted to do too, but I just wanted to check in case you had something to read. So now we got Monstrous Onslaught.
So we win. Probably.
So we get to deal 5, assuming they don't have another bounce spell. They didn't play a land. I guess they're still holding this island in their hand.
For the Skywing Haven.
Yeah. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to like attack with the Birthing Hulk and get them to block with the Hundrug and regenerate, and then use Monstrous Onslaught to kill it? Or do you have a different idea for what the Onslaught's going to do?
I think that's a pretty good way to do it. And then just leave back the Ritualist and the Dryad.
Yeah. So Dryad's got Forest Walk, so
yeah, no, Dryad,
let's get in
Dust
there with
Wasp,
Dryad.
and the Hulk attack. Yep.
Forest. This card's been really good in this one too, by the way.
Yeah.
Because
again,
green's
with this green being one of the more common colors.
Green's a good color. 2 drops of premium, just in general. Like Grizzly Bear with upside is just good, and unblockable is pretty great upside. So we're gonna swing with these 3. Ritualist stays back to block the grunts, and maybe get him with Monstrous Onslaught.
Yeah.
I like Monstrous Onslaught.
And we're only sacking 1 token here to like trade with something on their board, presumably.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And Monstrous Onslaught, by the way, unlike Hunt the Weak, which has to target my creature, if they bounce my Birthing Hulk in response, it still resolves. It doesn't deal 5 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
That's the crazy thing about it.
Acts as the greatest power among creatures you control as you cast the spell. So it doesn't even matter. It still deals 5.
Yeah, it's very good.
So we got the damage on the Hundrug. They return the Aven to their hand, discard the island. Okay, we're good with this.
So we'll deal 2 to the Hundrug and 3 to the Rogue Elephant.
That sounds like a plan. Please don't counter me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Awesome.
Pow.
Pay
Mythic.
for your miscalc.
And they concede, which is usually what happens when you cast Monstrous Onslaught in Chaos Draft.
Yeah. Like, you do have to put in some amount of work to like make it happen, but it's really not that hard.
Yeah, we got our mythic uncommon duo, Birthing Hawk plus Monstrous Onslaught. They were made for each other. Do we have any rares in our deck?
Pretty close, right?
Other than Dodecapod,
I think we do.
which is
Dodecapod's uncommon.
It was on the time shifted
Spiral.
sheet in Time Spiral. Yeah, that's why I think of it as high rarity. Do we have rares?
I don't think
Not
so.
that it matters.
Just an honest commons and uncommon pile.
Yep. That's the way Chaos Drafts are supposed to be.
Yeah. Oh, I guess our the Berserk shifted card.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know the one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So we're playing against green blue. If the opponent has a bunch of, medium-sized creatures, we can bring in this, but they didn't have that. This is good against their blue blocking creatures, which they don't really have. They're blocking with green creatures. Don't want pump spells.
Flash of Defiance, maybe? But other than that, I think we're reasonably set up.
Yeah, that... Any chance you want to, like, side out a Maniacal Rage to not get bounce spelled? Because we have, like, 1, 2, 3... We have a lot of these cards that get blown out by bounce spells.
Yeah, I think Maniacal Rage is a good call there. Actually, I think the Gruul Scrapper would be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Or even the Tree Folk if you want.
Either or.
Sometimes I have...
It's hard to come around.
Sometimes I have something like this, and like an extra 5-drop, and I just like side in the 5-drop. Or like... But I guess that's usually because I play Goblin Brigand in my main deck, and then I'll side it out for my 5-drop. So once they decide that they want to like pare down their deck to keep up with me, I get them with the 5-drops,
Mm-hmm. The Glory Bringer strategy.
Yeah. I'm okay with the 4 over the 5 here because we do have a lot of 5s.
Yeah. Again, similar to like Dodecapod versus Gruul Scrapper, it's a distinction that matters, but not a whole lot.
Not a lot. Okay, I'm keeping this hand. This hand looks great. We got a 2-drop.
Yeah.
A sort of 2-drop and a sort of 2-drop. We got stuff to do. I'm never gonna mulligan this.
Nope. Especially on the draw. Like on the play, I could consider mulliganing, but on the draw, definitely not.
Oh, Boreal Druid. Hello.
Oh, we're gaming now.
That is what I want to do on turn 1. Yeah. So do you want to play Dust Wasp or Hinterland Hermit?
That's an interesting question.
I think if we intend on suspending Dust Wasp this game, then we want to do it now. But if we want to hard cast the Dust Wasp, then we don't want to do that.
I think we do the Dust Wasp because next turn we could say like Hinterland Hermit and Pyromatics, or Pyromatics twice if we draw a mountain. And I think that kind of flexibility is nice, whereas, like you said, the Dust Wasp really needs to happen early. So yeah, I think play it or suspend the Dust Wasp, attack for 1 seems good.
Well, if you put it like that, if we don't draw a mountain, next turn we could Pyromatics for 1, suspend the Dust Wasp.
But suspending next turn is much worse than suspending turn 2.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, I'm playing the mountain. I'm gonna poke with the Druid.
Yep.
And yeah, let's do it. And opponent's probably just going to pass the turn next turn, and they're holding up Simian Grunts, and we're not going to attack into it anyways. So there's no downside to not playing the 2-drop, right?
Nice.
Let's see if they actually do that or not. But, that's certainly a possibility.
We can hope.
Yapamaya Elder.
All right.
So definitely not attacking into that, because I want to cast my 5-drop.
So we definitely play the mountain.
4.
I think we can play the arsonist. Yeah.
Frick, I'm going to have to edit that out.
I'm off duty. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have said that. Just thinking, I have to give the train of thought, right? And then the viewers will be like, "What are you editing out?" Because the viewers they're all time travelers.
They've gone back and re-listened to that section intently, analyze every second of audio.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. So okay, now the opponent's holding up Simian Grunts, so we're not going to attack.
It might just be my Elder activation, but
I guess we could attack and then just Pyromatics. Is that actually like sensible if they grunts?
No, wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say that changes things, but it doesn't because it doesn't play into the.
Yeah.
So I think just play the forest. I think if we attack with the arsonist, just see what they do. If they block, cool. We don't really care.
I'm gonna play my 5-drop,
and
I just don't want it to get room boggled.
If we play it. And this way, if they flash in Simian Spirit or the Spirit Guide.
The 3/4. All right, it's unnatural predation. Okay.
I think we just let that.
It's rune boggle.
Oh man, we get rune boggled here.
No, that was very suspicious, right? Was it not?
Yeah, not sacking there. I guess they might still have the grunts.
They could have drawn a card with the Elder, but instead they chose to use a card from their hand to trade with my 3/3. So, like, basically they 2-for-1 themselves, right? They trade the card that they would have drawn plus the predation for my 3/3.
I still think we jam it though.
I think they have something, but I don't think it's Rune Boggle in particular.
I agree that they have something, because why else would you do that? But I don't know what that something is. Or they just didn't want.
Or
I guess they were really worried about the arsonist.
Yeah. Okay. Dust Boss comes in next turn. How do you want to do this? I'm still kind of afraid of Simian Grunts.
Gruul Scrapper, right click, attack all.
All right.
No, I'm not sure if that's
like we've seen Simian Grunts, right?
Yeah, I think.
Isn't this suspicious? We could just like stick the Kite Sail on the Beacon Behemoth.
I like that.
Or Hinterland Hermit Kite Sail.
No, I think just get the Kite Sail going. This is a good turn to develop it. And we're going to have the Dust Wasp next turn, so we can really start to pressure with our Flying Force that way.
Okay. And I'm just going to give it Vigilance.
I mean, why not?
Is there a reason?
I'd give it Vigilance.
I don't want to attack with the Boreal Druid into Simian Grunts.
Agreed. And the 1 damage is not what this game is about.
Yeah. Because I don't know, that their unnatural predation was just so suspicious that I think they have it even though they didn't play it. You know?
Yeah.
Like maybe they play it here.
I don't want to be mean, maybe? But I think their deck might just be bad. And that might be why they had unnatural predation.
Oh, yeah, okay. Could be. I mean, I guess I was failing to think about imagine you have unnatural predation in your hand, which is not a card I've played in this format. Where, yeah, I guess if you have that, then you want to make it trade for a card. And if your picture of holding this card in your hand is I really hope it trades for a card, then you're really not getting 2-for-1 if you make it trade for my 3/3. Is that
That makes
that's
sense.
fair, right?
Yeah.
All right, Dust Wasp coming in.
9 in the air. This is a pretty good clock.
And probably just Oasis Ritualist, right?
And then
they'll kind of think
give
they
it
have
vigilance.
Simian Grunts. as irrational as this may be, they're behaving strangely. When my opponent behaves strangely, I also behave strangely.
Yeah, but this is... I don't think this is behaving strangely. This is just attacking for a 9 in the air, and
All right.
if they tap
Simian
out on their
Grunts.
turn to try to manage the board.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I think
That
we
does
got
not-
them. Unless they have their own Monstrous Onslaught.
That's 5 mana.
Oh no! Okay. I guess they did have their own Monstrous Onslaught.
All right, well...
I still think we've won this game, because...
Gruul Scrapper.
Well, let's send a message. Let's send a message. Gruul Scrapper. Oh, this is such a weird prompt.
Yeah, I think that was what they did for Adamant, and they just kind of carried it over.
Oh yeah, Flying Haste Gruul Scrapper. Take that, roll
Nice.
Rogue Elephant.
A classic. I do enjoy a good Rogue Elephant. That's a great popper card.
All right. Okay. Well, that's a good start. So we're 1-0. We successfully beat Green Blue. I've been writing down
flashy deck.
Sorry?
Kind of a blue-green flashy deck. I thought theirs was pretty interesting. They did have a lot of cards to kind of enable that flash game plan.
They did.
I just think they were kind of missing some of that raw power.
Simian Grunts is definitely a card you want to have if you're planning on casting instants. They just didn't play a lot of instants, and all the the battlefield sacks, so you can hold up mana without being suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just being able to tell your opponent that 3 mana can mean Simian Grunts or Rushing River is a pretty powerful spot to put them in. So I liked what they had going on. Is just
or maybe Rune Boggle.
Their filler was a bit weak.
yeah, that's true. But that's because they were in blue. That's
Leaden Fists is just not something you want to be registering. This is another great hand.
Yeah, we got 2 things to do with 2 mana, and then we get more mana. We get to do more things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really mulligan hands with 2 lands and 2 drops, even though there are problems with this hand. There are ways for this to go wrong.
Yeah, hand's not perfect, but this is very good. This is
mulligans. That's a good
probably
start.
The 60th percentile of what I'd want.
Which land do you want to play first?
Mountain.
I agree.
So that way, if we draw a mountain and they have a good 2-drop here,
that's true. That's true. I was thinking more about representing something. I want to represent Goblin Raider, right? And then not do it.
I would just do the Dust Wasp.
Yeah, I agree. We want this card to come down. Clock's ticking on our Phantom Monster in green.
Hasty Phantom Monster.
Searing Blaze?
That's something you're pretty happy to Searing Blaze.
Yeah, that worked out pretty perfectly, not gonna lie.
Yep, not gonna lie. 7 mountain deck.
Yeah, we got 8 mountains. Hey. 8 mountains and an Oasis Ritualist to help.
That's very true. I think we might cycle the Minotaur.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. So, first of all, they're not in blue or white, so chance of hitting a flyer is kind of low. We've also got this 4 and 5 and a 6, so yeah. Let's cycle it. We want to hit the 4. Of course, we're gonna draw 4 lands in a row now, but you can't help that.
Yep.
Dodecapod. So we're gonna keep Dodecapod in our hand in case they unburden us and cast Formless Nurturing. Sound good?
Yep.
What did we get? We got a Forest Walker. So we didn't really get anything interesting.
That's aggressive. I like it.
Okay. We have a lot of removal for a green deck, so we may find a punish for that.
Yeah. Or we might just be able to erase that. Plain and simple.
That also might happen. This Dustwasp is coming in next turn, and they don't have a fourth land. We can also play our 6-drop if we get there. Like we can also just block it. You know, it's not doing very much.
But a 4/3 first striker
Here's the Walla.
Is a very powerful attacker.
It is a good attacker, but it's gonna take like 4 more turns to kill us.
Yeah,
and
we're attacking for 9 next turn.
Yeah, or 12. They're gonna have to block.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
We can threaten to pump this Root Walla. They're gonna have to chump.
This is always one of those moments. I don't mean to do this to you, but like it where you just kind of forget where you are for a second. You see your opponent play Thermo Alchemist, and your mind just like switches into a different mode.
Oh yes. yeah, that's true. I used to play Standard Popper with this like online community, and Thermo Alchemist was this card I just absolutely loved. It's like you just play one of them and play another one, and then get in some pokes with your creatures, and then you just turn 5, you just untap and kill them.
Yeah.
And they just like they were at 12 and they didn't see it coming, but your hand is full of shocks. And so it's not even, for me, it's not even just like the proper burn deck. It's just like that's what this card represents. This card represents scariness, even if like the opponent's blocking with it.
Yeah. there are worse things than a 2-mana 0/3.
Yeah. And even if they imagine it didn't block and they like had Snuff Out, we can even beat that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Snuff Out? No, Nemesis isn't in, which is weird.
Oh, Snuff Out some Nemesis. All right, what do you want to do here?
Or is it?
Do you want to Automaton? Like I want to leave out Mortal's Resolve in case they play like Damnation or something.
Yeah, I think Automaton's a good call.
Damnation's a real card, right? Like I'm just naming like the thing that would make us lose. Yes. I also want to chump this. Okay.
Moto Death Lag. Excellent.
yeah. Moto's not very laggy for me, but Moto plus OBS is like a bit much. And then I guess Moto plus OBS plus Discord calling is yeah. Okay, so black-red. Opponent's not doing much blocking, so I don't think this is the Amphibious Kavu matchup. This might be the red tree folk matchup.
Amphibious Kavu does it on blocking as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when it blocks. Yep. Yeah, so it blocks as a 4 or a 5/5 against a black creature.
Oh, well, this is pretty good then. Like if they do what they did this game and play that 3-mana 3/3, and we play this, does that mean this card comes in?
I think it does. Yeah, I think it's a fine bring in here.
Okay. I want Redwood Tree Folk.
Yeah,
this is the Redwood Tree Folk. This is the matchup when our opponent's trying to hit us with a 4/3 first strike.
Yep.
Question is, what comes out for these two cards?
I don't think our Maniacal Rage is going to be that good. I don't think we're attacking that much.
Let's keep setting that one out. Kite Sail?
What else?
You could just like...
Yeah, I think Kite Sail is pretty reasonable to take out.
They're not a blocking deck, right? So we don't really need the evasion.
Yeah,
that's my thought. Like Kite Sail was obviously really great against the green deck last match.
Yep.
Right? Where it's just like
this is a great card to have access to.
We don't care, but if they're not planning on blocking anyways, then it doesn't matter. And if they're not going to win the game ever if it goes to a board stall, then that's not really what we want.
Yeah, like Fairies Band Raiders or Birthing Hulk is just going to win a board stall,
Yeah,
to say
for
nothing
sure.
of
For
Monstrous
sure.
Onslaught.
Redwood Tree Folk will probably win a board stall.
Yeah.
They need
There's
something
a
to get
lot of decks
past.
that just can't deal with 6 toughness.
Yeah. So
A lot of the
that was really impressive how we turned the
red
corner there.
It was. The Dust Wasp has been very impressive.
Yeah. It just came in and then we had lethal on board.
Yeah, this hand's a bit slow, but I think we can keep it.
Yep, I'm in. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying about before I said that we were turning the corner?
Nothing important, so we're good.
Oh.
Hinterland Hermit is great here. That was kind of my concern with this hand, is that like if they curve 2, 3, 4, we don't do anything until Tree Folk, we could be in trouble, but we're in great shape
Hermit or
now.
Dust Wasp?
Again, I think just the Dust Wasp. It takes the longest. We definitely have things to spend our mana on, particularly 5.
Yeah.
So getting it going now
Oh, yeah,
makes
now that we
sense.
got another 5 too. So I like that. That the counterpoint is if we go Hermit, next turn cycle suspend Dust Wasp and the Hermit flips.
I just don't think like trying to get Hermit to flip feels like trying to be the aggressor here, and I feel like we're pretty comfortable in a defensive role.
Okay. That's a good answer. I do like. I'm just thinking about like what are they gonna play? Like we might want to block something. They play Seal of Doom. That is
A-okay.
That is fine. We know what our plan is. Our plan is to block.
Yep.
So let's give them some bad targets for Seal of Doom, and then we're gonna play Redwood Tree Folk. And after a certain point, we can just counter the seal activation, which is kind of hilarious. Okay.
That seems fine for us.
They haven't played any creatures, so I'm feeling very good about our chances. We're not taking damage.
Yeah.
They're the Thermo Alchemist deck. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, they showed Thermo Alchemist, Maniacal Rage, Zada's Commando, the 3-drop Pirate. So like they definitely presented an aggressive deck in game 1 at the least.
Yeah. Okay, what do you want to do here?
I like the heuristic that you had before of play the Plated Root Walla because it's so mana intensive, and then they probably kill it, and then we play Redwood Tree Folk, and it just never dies, and we're doing great.
I'm wondering about doing nothing, trying to get them to seal the Dust Wasp. Is that fancy?
I think we want the Dust Wasp to live though, because like that'll be a pretty. I don't think if they're going to have a ton of reach creatures
instead of a 6/6.
Yeah, it's a 6/6 with an asterisk.
If you feel that way, do you want to hold the lands and play around Unburden or something like that? Like there are lots of like Mind Rots out there.
I think we should play one more land so that we could Birthing Hulk if we drew that.
Yeah.
But as long as we have access to Birthing Hulk mana, I think yes, we would hold lands.
There's something feels wrong about feeding our 5-drop to their seal when we have the answer in our hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good. I know they're the aggro deck, and I've got 2 5-drops in my hand, so I should play them. But we're at 20.
I think my counterpoint there is that we're already giving them a target with Dust Wasp next turn, which I feel they'd be pretty happy to do. So I'd rather overload that removal than not play into it at all, since we've kind of set ourselves up on that path.
Well, I was thinking about just countering the seal with the Morals Resolve. But on the other hand, if we have just one creature and a ton of mana, don't we want that one creature to be the Root Walla? Unless we think they have like a -3/-3 effect to kill the Root Walla while we're tapped out, like a bolt, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not that good then. But you know, it kills them faster. Okay. I'll play it.
I think it's hard to go wrong
I
with
don't.
any of these.
I don't. I just
I'll
don't.
also throw that in.
I don't. It just doesn't feel right walking into Seal. But I kind of agree with everything that's happening here.
Yeah.
And I imagine they have more removal in their hand, and that's why they aren't doing anything.
Or they have 6-drops, and if they have 6-drops, we want to get onto the board.
Yes, although maybe we'd rather have the. Well.
That's a good point. Yeah, my logic about 6-drops breaks down pretty poorly if played
Yeah.
well. But
I was thinking that maybe
this is
we
the
should
world we're
hold.
living in.
It's just so bad if they have lightning strike and we try to save the root wall as our last threat, because we can't really play around that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty unrealistic to get to 8 mana and have the game state be the same, I guess.
Yep, I guess that's right. So I'd rather them use their black removal, because I imagine they have red removal.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to do that on our lower toughness creature. But they killed it right away. They didn't want to wait for the wasp. Opponent plays a 2/2. Okay. We're doing it.
Yep, I think we can beat that one in particular.
We can beat that one because we have a flyer. I think I'm not playing Redwood Treefolk.
I would agree. I'm gonna
play around
because we're
Doomblade.
not blocking anyway.
Hirobi's Whisper. Would you like to counter that?
I think we would.
I agree.
Gets in another point of damage too. Although it's not, we're not really racing, but
yeah. Well, it's could matter. I also like. I was saying they probably have red removal. I've changed my mind. They don't have red removal. They would have lightning struck it if they had it. So we're not gonna play about red removal. Opponent plays Maniacal Rage on their Moonglove Changeling. Okay. I guess they didn't intend on blocking with their Death Toucher.
If we draw spells,
which
we haven't done a good job of.
Am I good? Am I getting tired? Like, just can you tell with my
good.
voice? Okay.
No, you're good.
If I fall asleep, you gotta catch me. You gotta tell me I'm falling asleep.
Okay. Start screaming into the microphone.
So we're gonna swing with this Dust Wasp, and I think play the Behemoth, leave the lands in hand in case we get Mind Rotted, or in case we draw Searing Blaze.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Searing Blaze. That's actually a real thing of consequence there.
I think it's reasonable to last.
The trade?
Sorry.
Do you offer the trade here, or like tender the block?
Holy crap.
That's a big boy.
Alright, we have 7/7. Flying Changeling Death Touch can't block. Deals damage to them every turn.
We win this race
and
pretty easily.
They didn't attack. I think they missed their attack step and then they shame conceded. I think that's what happened.
All right.
But
we take those.
You definitely take those. I think we're gonna win this anyways. Like, I don't know what their cards are in their hand, but we were going to attack them down to, they take 8, they go to 5, and then we play a Treefolk. Or maybe we just hit them with this, and then we block with this. Because I guess maybe we don't want to die to 2 damage. I don't know. That would be an interesting question, but thankfully they missed their attack, so we don't have to think about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're 2-0. We haven't lost a game yet, so this is looking good.
I would not guess that this deck would not lose a game. I think our deck is solid. I think it's pretty well put together, but I do believe we are lacking something you alluded to before, just the raw power. We only have commons and uncommons. We don't have rares. We don't have like those Herald of Torments to really just like single-handedly overpower a game.
That is true, but Monstrous Onslaught is kind of rare, right?
That's
Like,
that's
I don't know who decided that card's an
that
uncommon.
is a good point. That is a very good point.
How do you feel about this Maniacal Rage, eh? Like maybe this shouldn't be in our deck. We should have just
might not.
played the Scrapper.
That's okay.
This is
We
a
live
keep,
and we
right?
learn.
Like
Oh, it's definitely.
we don't really have any creatures, but I don't think we're supposed to mulligan hands with Monstrous Onslaught.
We haven't lost a game where we've gone turn 2 Dust Wasp. Just saying.
All right, well, we're going to have to decide. Do we turn 2 Dust Wasp or do we want to turn 5 Dust Wasp?
I think we want to turn to it.
Gotta make. I love Suspend. I'm so sad that they think Suspend is a little bit too complicated. Because I
liked
adore
when
it.
they brought it back a little bit for Modern Horizons, like a Benelish Honor Guard, or maybe that's not the name of the card, but the one that suspends for white. That's a cool one.
Okay, so his opponent's got a 2-mana 2/2 that maybe they have some way of giving it Death Touch, but probably not.
Black white poop soup. You'll love to see it.
Oh, do you think they're a control deck because they're black white? Is that just
well,
you?
With the slaughter? Yeah, this is all just very grindy incremental cards. That Beckon Apparition is gonna, or the Restless Apparition is gonna be a problem though. That's a very good card.
Yeah. Green removal is not very good against this kind of thing.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't have flying.
That's true. We can race it that way.
They didn't attack with their Slaughter Drone. Okay. We're definitely not blocking.
Agreed. If they're just pumping here, we're probably okay with that. Excuse me.
Pump was a 3/1.
That card is good.
Okay. Do you want to Monstrous Onslaught? Eat both of those. Or maybe Maniacal Rage Swaggering Corsair? No, that's not right either. I'm not sure what I want to do.
I think we want to Monstrous Onslaught this turn and then attack, because if we can generate a race, the Maniacal Rage on Dust Wasp is probably faster than what they're going to do. Especially now that we know they're stuck on 3 lands. I think shortening the game, or like trying to condense that, is going to favor us.
This was supposed to be an aggressive deck, even if we ended up playing against that thing we played against last round and had to slow down. They can't. This is what we want, right? This is
yeah.
I think just trading Dodecapod for this dude was not gonna get us to a good spot. Okay. So we want to play a land in case we drop Birthing Hulk. We're gonna play Maniacal Rage. If we put it here, they can pump this once and trade for it. So I guess we're putting it on Dust Wasp, even though I feel like that makes us a little bit vulnerable to removal.
But the thing is, if they play removal, then the Restless Apparition can't be pumped. So that's kind of the squeeze that we put them in.
Right.
If it's just a 2/2 with no pump, it's not really
we got there. They just conceded.
Nice.
We just killed them on turn 7. So I'm gonna take a picture of this draft because I want a picture and I want my pictures to be like sorted. So I'm gonna sort these and you tell me what you think about sideboarding.
We have 30 seconds, so I don't think it really matters.
Well, do you want any of the things that we have? Take your picture.
I don't think any of it's that important. Like, you have 10 seconds, so this might not go through. What a hero. 3 seconds on the clock. Gets it done.
I know what I'm doing.
I would not have done that.
All right. So, anyways, we're here. We did not sideboard, and we're keeping this hand, right?
I think so.
I mean, I guess we can just
it
draw.
It just has a lot of raw power.
Yeah. I guess we can draw 3 more 5-drops in a row and lose, but we don't have that many 5-drops.
And that's a pretty specific arrangement. Like basically any other. Okay. All right.
Basically. Yeah. I mean, there are only so many cards that we can get that don't do anything.
Yeah.
Mycologist. What does this do? 2 mana O2. You get a Spore counter. 3 counters. You get a Saproling. Saproling, gain 2. Alright. That is not scary.
All right, and we hit our 4th land, so we're pretty much
alright. Now we're
in the clear to
we're
play
good.
Magic.
We're good. We're gonna Formless Nurturing on 4, and everyone's happy.
Yep.
Also, I noticed that I said that a little bit about Maniacal Rage not really performing, and like maybe it shouldn't be in the main deck. It did fine there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
It turns the corner.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Oh.
We're doing it.
Oh. Oh.
Right click. Hello.
we have the moral victory. We just have it all.
I would not be surprised if the opponent just concedes here.
Yeah. Oh. This is a real clock too, by the way.
Okay. Alright. That's why we picked Dodecapod. That's why we ran Dodecapod over Gruul Scrapper. He was in the water. Come on.
Yep.
Why did you want to run Gruul Scrapper? That would just be silly.
I do like haste. Generally a fan of attacking.
Dodecapod has so much haste that it gets attack on turn 3.
Yeah. Super ultra mega hate. Okay, that's
and opponent plays a bomb rare, but we have our removal spell for it, so we're good. We're just gonna kill it and move on with our lives.
This is a beating. Wow, and we get to Curvin.
Opponent's gonna and trophy.